What's going on, YouTube? Happy Monday. So today I went to my coin shop today to sell some inventory, and later on this week, just kind of get, I guess, a fix on the market. You know what's kind of going on in real life, real time, and you got to do it. If you want to know what your stuff's worth, you got to bring it in and sell it. I know there's some other channels out there. They always show like buy this, buy that. Look what I got. It's kind of like bragging because you don't have it. What does it do for you? But I get it. Like a lot of times people like to see this kind of stuff that are into it. But I saw this in the case, and I was like, first I like looked. I had to like look twice, two or three times. Again, here I am. I'm in the shop with a box of silver that I'm selling, which I'm going to show you next. But I'm like, are those really two 10-ounce gold bars just sitting there in the front case? He's like, yeah. It's at my local coin shop here in the Fox Valley area, and he's like, yeah. As I'm like, do you mind if I like hold one? He's like, yeah. Do you want to hold one in each hand? I'm like, sure. So, anyways, this is me in the shop. I've taken a picture with both bars in my hand. They're actually like they're not huge. I mean, like, as far as thick, but they were really heavy, and it was pretty cool. I think spot today was like 1,700 something or whatever. So it was pretty cool holding like basically $36,000 in the form of two bars. That's imagine how much inventory that would get in my eBay shop. And the owner was there too. So like, hey, like what kind of shop? Like, dude, you have so much money. Just type in these two bars. He's like, yeah, what kind of coin shop would I be without having a 10-ounce gold bar? I'm like, well, you got two of them, and obviously they've got a lot of stuff at this shop. But anyways, just want to share that quick story with you guys. Let's get to the light booth and see what I sold to get today's what today's stuff selling for, and also picked up a couple coins. All right, let me go in my light box. Okay, so basically, I showed up at the coin shop with this actual box. This is the box that my U.S. Air Force medal from the United States Mint came in. It was the 1-ounce one. I ended up bringing that as well. It just didn't sell in my shop. Anyways, I filled this box up with silver. 90% of it was American Silver Eagles. And just want to share with you guys in reality, like what you actually get when you bring your stuff to a coin shop. Now, I regularly resell coins and numismatics, mainly for fun. It's not my main job by any means, but this hobby is really fun to do. And I kind of think of it as playing with my savings account. So, guys, you could put money in the bank and just not do anything with it. You probably earn like 3% nowadays if you put in a CD, maybe more. Or you can play around with it and use money to buy money and then resell money to make more money. Anyways, these are the two items. I picked up a couple Morgans, which I'll show soon. And local coin shops are a great place to get coin supplies. So in this bag here, if you ever need tubes or whatever, you can get brand new tubes. They're 50 cents each. So highly recommend you get, if you need tubes for like pennies, quarters, half dollars, whatever, highly recommend you get that from a coin shop versus like ordering it from Amazon or eBay. It's just going to be really expensive. So I went to the coin shop. I spent 95, but I sold $2,802 worth of stuff. So as I'm going through this list, I'm going to show you some coins because it's kind of boring just to hear me talk. But and this was today. Today's December 12th, so today's Monday. So that was the cash I received, and here's everything I sold. So the first thing on the list was 1986. So some of my American Silver Eagles. I just decided mentally to kind of, and it's hard, guys. Like American Silver Eagles, seriously, is like my second favorite coin. That's not what I have in my hand. What I have in my hand is Morgan Silver Dollar. Those are my favorite coins. So as I'm showing you this coin, I'm going to explain some of the stuff I did. So 86 American Silver Eagles, nice. You're getting 35 at a dealer today. So you might see online on eBay and whatnot that they sell, for 50, 60 bucks, but you're only getting 35, which that's kind of low. It used to be closer to 40, 45 when the Silver Eagles were a little harder to get. 96 American Silver Eagle, the one I brought in, was not the greatest of condition. Again, I got 35 for that. Then I almost had like a full tube of 2000, so it ranged from the year 2000 to 2021. I also had a Type 2 in there. You're getting 26 today for that. So today's guy's spot was 23 and a half, so literally getting two and a half over spot, bringing in a silver eagle. Huge difference. Last time I was at the shop, they were paying like 10 over. So that premium has dropped like a hammer. But again, it's around the holidays, so it's just really crazy because literally 2 weeks ago, they were giving you like 30 over spot. Spot was lower. Spot's a little higher, but spot was lower back then. But again, still, it's a huge drop. And then I had 16 90s. One of them was 87, but it was like a mixed roll of 1987. There's no 97s in that roll, but you get 27 for a back date. Then I had, I think, 10 quarters. So junk silver quarters, you're getting basically $4 per quarter, which, let me get a calculator. What does that come out to? You can see my math here. So if you have 40 quarters, so a roll is typically 10 divided by quarter. So you get 40 quarters in a roll at $4. You're basically 16 times face is what you can sell a silver quarter for. But then you could also buy silver quarters there for 18 over face. So that's definitely dropped as well. I had 17 BU 1964 Kennedy silver dollars, BU. So you guys are probably wondering, like, dude, why would you trade in your silver and only get $4 a quarter? Because, I didn't buy it at 16 times face, but you have to keep this in mind. This was from an APMEX roll that I picked up that had a lot of 1930s in it. And there were some actually BU 64s. It was a very, very interesting roll that I got through eBay with eBay bucks for about 100. So I got them at 18 times face. So the 10 remaining quarters out of the 40 roll, I'm just getting my money back on those. Those are sitting in my store, not selling, so I just got rid of it because it's literally just like cash sitting there. But I made a nice profit on the other 30 quarters. Like seriously, like the other 30 quarters, I made a really nice profit. So I'm fine giving the dealer this just to get some of my cash back. It's only $40, but why have $40? $40 turns into one of these bad boys. Okay, so again, I'm sharing kind of like the philosophy behind this stuff. It's just numbers. It's just money. So I'm gonna move a lot of the money more towards Morgan's because I think Morgan's is where the money's going to be at in the long run. Again, this is after me doing this for the entire year. So I'm kind of sharing this with you, but I also want to share like real life experience. Like, dude, this is what you get when you bring it in. So again, so BU roll, 3 missing 1964s. I actually picked up 2 64 rolls from the same seller. I wish I would have got more. He was selling them for like 185. No clue how nice they were. When they came, they literally were like really fresh, like bank type rolls. So I had 17 left out of the 40 that I initially picked up from that same seller. I sold the other ones for a nice profit. I had these other 17 64 Kennedys listed in my shop for like 17, 18 bucks. With the 57-cent shipping, eBay shipping, and I'm like, whatever, like I did well with them. It's time to get rid of these and give them to someone else. But $9 for a 50-cent piece is pretty cheap. I think that's what do you get in the roll? You get 20 times 9, so that's only 18 times face for a BU. So that also has dropped like a hammer. I was expecting to get like $10 or at least 9.5. I wasn't expecting to get 9, but it's fine. Like I said, I made plenty profit on the other 23 that I sold. So at the end of the day, cost averaging, I'm way under what they're paying me. But again, it's just dead inventory. It's sitting there. No one's buying it. So this is not a museum. It's a business. Well, it's also fun for me too, to handle stuff. The Armed Forces. So that was the Air Force medal, the 1 ounce Air Force medal. The actual U.S. Mint sold out of them finally. I think it was earlier this month, maybe sometime last month. I didn't really see any YouTube channels about it, but I was pleasantly surprised to get my money back. I paid exactly $65 with free shipping. I got $65 from the coin shop. He goes, yeah, I can probably sell it for $75 during the holidays. This is a very busy shop, by the way, in the Fox Valley area here in Illinois. Then I had 3 proof enhanced proof silver eagles. I got 3 of them. I got a good deal on them, but again, they were just sitting in my shop not doing anything, so I just got rid of them. Like, all right, I'm just going to get rid of all my silver eagles, even though I really like that particular one. But to get $90 for 3 graded ones was awesome. Didn't lose too much on that. And then I had a special gold foil. It was weird. It was like a 70, Mint State 70 proof that was a 2017 coin, but they didn't release them until 2020, so it had a special gold foil. Anyways, I really bought the label at that one. I thought I got a smoking deal, bought it under the radar. I got it for like 70, 75-ish, and I had a list in my shop forever for 175. I bought that back in September last year. Never sold. I'm just like, whatever, I'm through with it. Give me $65. I'm happy to get it. And then, for guys that think like, get your Silver Eagles, spend, 18, $20 a Silver Eagle, get them graded. Totally not worth it. So this was a 2003 First Strike Mint State 69. I'm like, just get rid of it. I mean, it's been in my shop forever. I don't want it. So they gave me $30 for it. But look, if you have a raw one, that's nice. You get 26. For a graded Mint State 69, you only get $4 more. That's totally why you don't send in anything, unless you have a key date that you got really cheap. You get a Mint State 69, you're not going to get a 70. If you do, you hit the jackpot. But it's definitely not worth getting. Don't get me wrong, there are guys that collect Mint State 69 sets, but it's totally not worth buying to resell. So again, that was older inventory as well. So a lot of this stuff I picked up at better deals. I've made plenty. I'm not hurting, guys. I've made plenty of profit with Silver Eagles. I was just mentally done with it. I'm like, I keep tying up money in this stuff, and it was a lot. So anyways, that's that. And then I had like 5 random silver semi-numismatic stuff. So I had like 2 Korean rounds, one with the guy like hitting the anvil, the Chi Wu one, and the other one's like Zen or something. Beautiful rounds. I had a kangaroo, Australian kangaroo, 2018 St. Kitts, which is some kind of island. And then, the heck was the other one? But anyways, I only got 25 a piece for those. So those are kind of tough too, guys, because like you can pick those up for like 32, 35 on the retail market. But if you're bringing it to the coin shop, they'll literally give you $25. I thought that was a good deal. He could have gave me less. But again, spot's 23 and a half, so it is what it is. That's where things are at today. If you have not bought or sold something in the last 3 weeks, you might think this video is insane. This was for a pant bar, so those fancy pant bars, 10 gram. I paid 27 for it. I got rid of it at 20. The thing's been sitting in my inventory all year. So again, that's my mistake, overpaying for that. Here's actually the 1921 peace dollar that's in my prior video that I picked up for 80, 85 bucks on eBay through an auction. I thought that was really, really low. The dealer agreed as well, and he gave me 120 for it. So that was a nice $40 gain. I did have it listed on my eBay shop. Nobody bought it for 150, but guess what, guys? I would have got 120 after eBay fees if I would have listed it for 150 and promoted it. So I was happy to get my profit out of it and not have to ship it to anybody. So it's kind of cool. So save me on shipping supplies. Then I had like 9 random peace dollars. They were nice. None of my stuff's really garbage. So I was actually pleasantly surprised to get $30 a piece. So I had a 1926S, a 1923S, and the rest were common 1922, 1923s. But they're all nice. Nothing was super ugly. I kept the really, really nice stuff in my shop, but I was really happy to get $30 a piece because I think last time I sold random peace dollars like that, they only gave like 26 or 25. It was pretty low, so I was happy to get 30 a pop. And then the Morgans have definitely come down as well. So I had 8. I had 8 and 6. I had 14 Morgans that I brought in. Again, older inventory that just has been sitting, and I don't like the way they look. Even if like, what's the best way to explain it? So like something like this, right? To pick this up for $50 is cool, but it's got to be like to the right buyer. Like you have to find someone that wants a tone coin, right? Because the obverse isn't that beautiful at all. It's actually super ugly, but the reverse is like, that's cool. Like that would look really cool in a holder. So to pick this up for 50 and expect to get close to 100 for it, it's pretty fair because this actually is a really nice quality coin. But when you have 9 coins that I paid probably anywhere from 35 to 42, 45-ish. And then for these ones that went for 28, I probably paid about 35, for those as well. It kind of sucks, right? So I did lose on those, but that's fine because I've sold so many Morgans and made so much profit. Like this is my number one profit center. You have to buy sometimes collections And sometimes the stuff in the collections just will sit, like nobody wants it. Even though it's like the right date, whatever, it's just for some reason nobody buys it. So I have found from personal experience that you have two types of Morgan buyers, right? Well, technically you have three. You have guys that just want dates to fill albums, which that's not really the buyer I'm going after. I'm going after a guy that, like myself, loves the way these things look. So you have these types which are toned, and this is not artificially toned. You can tell like this was sitting in some dude's album for a long time. They probably retired, got rid of their stuff, or they passed away and family just brings in the set to the coin shop. So you can find stuff like if you get that turquoise, see that purple? And this actually has a white eagles. So like if this didn't tone, this would be a beautiful coin. It would probably look better than this one. And this one looks awesome. But see, check out the back on this. So see how this one, the tone one, actually has a very nice reflection. Let me take this one out of the flip. Sometimes those flips can screw things up. So, all right. So obviously the B, and this is a bigger S. See the bigger S in the silver one. So, but this actual coin here would actually look better, the tone one, if it didn't have toning. It would like blow this one out of the water because the fields, so in between the eagle and the edges here, the actual fields of the coin would have a mirror, which is very common on 80s, but this mirror would be really clear. And you can kind of tell it has a mirror by look at this angle. See it? See my finger? It's just at this angle, you're not really seeing my finger, but at this angle, that's cool. So I think for $50, this was a smoking deal, and I think this is a $100 coin all day long. But again, to the right buyer, this is like a $100 coin all day long, probably more than $100 coin to the buyer that wants something that just doesn't have toning. You know, you have two types of audiences. I like them both. I think they're both awesome. But again, depends on what you're into. So I'm gonna concentrate more on this type of stuff. I know it might be boring to some others that it's like, dude, another Morgan, like seriously, but this is what sells, guys. This is ultimately what people like. They like this obverse and they like the reverse. It's the most popular coin. Whether you like it or not, that's where things are at. So I think if I concentrate more of my dollars towards this stuff, finding this nicer stuff and selling it, which again is sharing the hobby with others, it's a more pleasurable experience to myself and to my buyers because they're looking for stuff like that. And a lot of guys don't have time to go to a coin shop and find what they want. It's like it's kind of a pain, or if it's in the case, it's kind of like the shop might want too much, you know, whatever, or it's already sitting in a holder. So I was happy to unload some Morgans that were just sitting. So to walk out with $2,802, but I couldn't resist. I'm like, hey, let me check it out. So I did buy two Morgans, and that's these two here. Oh, so I keep showing this one. Here's the other Morgan. So I ended up buying like two toned ones. I looked at their 79Ss and their 81Ss. I almost grabbed the 79S, but then I looked at it again. I'm like, nah, it's not that nice. And looking at this one, I just love the toning. Like, I thought this was really cool as well. This coin though is not. I think the obverse is nicer than this one. So this coin here I got for 40, and this one for 50. Maybe he sold me this one for 50 and this one for, I don't know. Anyways, combined they were 90. So I'm gonna just say they're 45 each. But the actual owner is a cool guy. He's like 40 for this one and 50 for that one. But I didn't pay attention. It's probably 50 for this one because it's the obverse that people go for. Although maybe it was this one. I don't know. Anyways, I think they're both beautiful coins. So again, the problem too is when I try and sell these on eBay, it's tough to take photos. Even though I think my camera does a pretty nice job, but my light box is so bright with the white, it really washes out the color. So these look even better under like sunlight or soft light, not white LED light that we're in now. So anyways, long story short, that's everything I got. And then just to share with you guys, I brought in some graded Morgan silver dollars. I was not intending on selling them. I just wanted their opinion. So I'm like, all right, what if I walked into your shop, which I was already there, but I'm like, what if I just came and sold these to you? What would be your buy price? So last time I was in, a common date 63 and again, this is a nice one, NGC or PCGS. I said, what would you pay for a Mint State 63? Because I'm seeing them on eBay for like $80 right now, which not too long ago, like 4 or 5 months ago, they were selling for like 100, 120. So they're paying 60 for Mint State 63s, which I'm like, okay, cool. I got this one, I think, for $72 after eBay bucks and all that stuff. So I think I got a really good deal on that one. And I said, what are you paying for a Mint State 64? So again, I brought him this example. Again, nice examples too, because it's not always about the grade, but it's also the coin itself has to truly represent the grade. And he said Mint State 64s, I think he said they're paying like 80, 85 for Mint State 64, which I felt was fair because most sellers on eBay are now selling Mint State 64s for around a little over $100. Again, these used to be like 150, 155-ish 6 months ago. And then, I asked him on these. So I'm like, hey, what about these? Like, this is unique, right? So it's Annex is one of the few grading companies that will put a deep mirror proof like on the obverse, but then they said the reverse is just regular. So I said, what would you pay for these? I got 3 of them. I have these all listed in my shop for $175. I think they're well worth it because it's kind of like this. If it was just Mint State 63, it's probably a $100 coin. Really, really nice looking $100 coin. But because it's deep mirror proof like confirmed, which is super hard to get even on these common dates. But the reverse is not, so it's not a true deep mirror proof like. I think 175 is an awesome retail value for this. But they said they would pay $100 if I wanted to unload those. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like, that's obviously a little bit less than I paid for them, but I'm like, good luck finding that, right? So I think these are like everyday value coins. So if you're not looking to spend $500 for deep mirror proof like or $350, this is like the in between where it's like you get the obverse, which was what collectors really care about in the first place. Even though all these reverses are really nice, they just didn't pass the grade. But I think these are really great value coins. So I was happy that they offered $100 each for them. And then finally, to end the video, this is that fatty that I had in my prior video. Fatty being it's a fatty NGC. I was just curious. I'm like, hey, what would you pay for a fatty NGC? You know, it doesn't have the UPC code or whatever. And he said this. He's like, I would give you 90 for this coin just because of that. I'm like, what do you mean? Like someone's going to care about it? He goes, yes. He goes, the guys that come in and collect fatty coins, they want a full hologram. And they would be upset that it's missing some of the hologram. And again, this is from a dealer in the past putting a price tag on it. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. So he's like, if it was a perfect hologram, he's like, I'd give you $100 all day long. But because the hologram's missing, I'd give you $10 less. I'm like, okay. So I have this listed, I think, in my store for $145. So I think I have it priced out right, given that the sticker in the back. But I didn't know. So if you guys see this, if you see like older holders, but then their holograms kind of jacked up because of older price tags, I'm going to keep that now in my mental bank. Say, all right, that's $10 less because of that. And again, you would never think of that because like when you buy these, you're concentrated on what the coin looks like. But again, you're also buying the holder. These came out in the, I think, late 80s, early 90s, and they don't make this anymore. So it's harder to find nicer coins. But this would be cool, right? Like this would be a perfect coin to send in and get cacked. Like I feel like the cacked, the little green sticker on these older holders, like that would make this probably a $200 coin. But you'd have to get cacked to prove that it actually meets the grade. So I appreciate picking those up. So anyways, guys, I wanted to share my experience. Again, this is real life. My channel's totally different. I'm literally sharing with you like what stuff actually sells for when you bring it to the coin shop today. Don't look at this video 6 months later and be like, dude, remember when you only got this and now it's worth X amount? Again, spot on silver was like 23.5 today. So Eagles, again, we're going for 2.5 over if you're selling them. Morgans are still around 35-ish. Peace dollars still around 30. Again, depending on the style. Half dollar 64 BUs are going for like 18 times face, but he's like, if they weren't BU, I'd give you 8, which is 16 times face. So you're only getting about 16 times face for junk silver. So that dropped like a hammer as well. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will get these two listed tonight in my shop if everyone likes Tone Morgans. If you want these particular coins in my video, just please mention it when you, I'll put a link to my eBay store, but please mention it and I'll give you a discount for watching my videos. And later this week, Wednesday, I've got some really cool key date silver Canadian dollars from, I didn't know Canadian dollars had key dates, so those are coming in. I'm going to share that with you. Smoke and deal on those. I think one of the coins like literally is worth what I paid for the entire collection of 10 coins. And then later this month, I'm going to take this plus probably going to double this number and literally go and spend hours at the shop and just buy. I'm actually going to go to a bunch of different shops and then I'll do a video on that. Like, hey, like I'll probably pick like an even. I'm like, hey, I spent $3,000 today and these are all the coins I picked up for $3,000 and my thinking behind it. So again, this is the share to my experience, real life numbers. I enjoy this hobby. I really appreciate the guys that have been watching my videos and buying from my shop. And I'm going to keep this journey going. And again, it's me having fun with my savings. I could just have it sit in the bank doing nothing, or sitting in a crypto and some dude randomly spending it on his vacation home in the Bahamas. So I'm more pleased dealing with actual real life in my hand stuff and sharing it with you guys. So appreciate the like. I appreciate it if you subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.